Most people, myself included, go about life this way. Here's something I want, and here's how I'm going to go about and get it. There isn't really a big picture that ties everything together, but chances are we're young, the stakes are low, we feel like we have time. And so, for the most part, having a big picture doesn't really seem important. But sooner or later, life becomes more complicated, and a big picture does start to form. And when it does, many of the things we wanted and the efforts we took are brought into question. Now, in an ideal world, we would hope to leave this encounter, this investigation, feeling like most, if not everything, we wanted and did seems to line up miraculously and perfectly with this big picture that we were now uncovering and learning about ourselves. However, in reality, I think most of us would leave that encounter feeling like crap because a lot of what we wanted and a lot of what we did now seems like a waste of time. Something I found elusively hard to understand is that this situation is almost completely preventable. And I came up with a simple but I think powerful visual to help me remember and understand how. And I want to share that visual with you today. So it goes something like this. I've been calling it the tree of life. It's a little cheesy, but it's what I've got for now. And like any tree, it consists of a number of different components. At the base, you have this trunk, and at the top, you have this canopy. In the canopy sit a number of vibrant fruits, and along the trunk are some branches that stick out and jut out in different directions. So earlier I talked about how most people lead life in terms of what they want and how they're going to go and get it. And I like to think about these wants, these pursuits as the fruits themselves. We kind of see these tantalizing fruits out in the distance and we feel enticed to chase them. But the thing that we forget is that these fruits, and I'll name a few, say things like money, these will be common ones. Money, a career, the house, the car, a relationship. Many of these things don't have anything to do with us. They don't tell us how to live a better life, how to be a better person. They're just things at the end of the day. And so the pursuit of these things leads us down many different roads. And I think about these roads as the branches. We try a bunch of things, we find ourselves in a lot of places, and in the process we learn a lot about ourselves. I mean, you see that there's progress taking place between this branch and this branch, right? And there's progress taking place between this branch and this branch. The challenge is, as much as we learn about ourselves, we also find ourselves becoming burdened with feelings of guilt and regret. And these feelings slow us down from making true progress because we're left kind of picking up the pieces. And we find ourselves doing this time and time again. We come to realize that, like, it's not about the house, it's about feeling at home. It's not about the relationship, it's about feeling seen and appreciated. It's not about the money, it's about knowing you can provide. And so, going back to the tree analogy here, when we focus heavily on the fruits, we end up neglecting the tree. And you can think about a tree. If the tree is unhealthy, the fruits come in less and less measure. And when they do come, they're less substantial, less fulfilling. I think it's for this reason that people struggle so hard with the pursuit of these things. We have our eyes so focused on them, our eyes on this prize, and in the process, we lose sight of who we are and who we want to be. And when inevitably this pursuit falls short of our expectations, regardless of whether we achieve the fruit or not, we're left feeling like nothing's really changed. We're in the same position as we started, no matter how long time has passed or how much effort we've put in. It's kind of how I think about these branches. Like you've gone to all this work, you've put all this energy into the branch, and then you would stop and you're like, oh, why is my tree so short? What where are the fruits? It's challenging, but I think we have to do the counterintuitive thing and not think about life in terms of fruits at all. I think we have to focus on the tree because when the tree is healthy, when the tree is taken care of, the fruits come entirely on their own and they're sweeter, they're healthier, they're more nutritious. We have to focus on improving ourselves, making ourselves smarter, healthier, stronger, more intelligent, and not because of any fruit, but because we want to be the best versions of ourselves. We want to be the person that would inspire us. We want to be the person that we would look up to. We want to look up to who we are. This diagram is really simplistic, but it can be drawn out in much more specific ways. And I would encourage you, if you feel lost or confused, even remotely, to take the time to draw it and really visualize your life, visualize the fruits that you're chasing, and think about your life in terms of what your fruits are. What are your branches, and how are you coming back to that center, to that core? How can you focus your energies on improving yourself in such a way that the fruits would become inevitable? I think you'd be surprised with how quickly this act could help you find clarity that maybe you're looking for.